Hey guys, before I jump into this, I just wanted to mention that a lot of things I'm going to be talking about in this video are going to be things that are building off of what was mentioned in ShaneCon 2022. So if you haven't seen either of those streams, more specifically the day 2 stream, I would highly recommend that you guys watch at least some of that or some of the trailers that I've been releasing over like the past few weeks, just to kind of catch you up to speed on like what the heck I'm talking about, because I'm kind of sort of banking on you guys at least knowing like the titles of the projects and stuff like that. So with all that being said, let's get right into the video.
今夜は本気でやってもらいますね。One, two, three, four.
Alright, so I'm not going to waste anyone's time here. I just want to get straight to the point. Since your time is precious and mine is too, especially now that I'm back at school, trying to get my bachelor's, being a broke college student at university. And that means I have to be very careful about how I spend my time and things of that manner. So if you've seen ShaneCon or the trailers, which I'm counting on that you have, basically, anything I've just been posting on any of my social medias, you should know that I'm working on a bunch of projects. And the moral of this video, for those who looked at the title and, kind of didn't know what was going on and want just a TLDR, is just, I have a Kickstarter to help fund my projects. More specifically, Shane Martin, the Intern. I briefly talked about it in ShaneCon, didn't want to bore everyone too much, wanted to get back to the announcements. But this is really like an important thing that I need to make sure that you guys are aware of, because it's going to be crucial in the making of Shane Martin, the Intern. I got a little script here to help me make sure I say everything and hit all the points I need to hit. But basically, I want this show, like I said, to come out on YouTube for free in December. So in order to do that, I'm going to need your help and like just anyone's help who can, help me. Like I said, I am a broke college student. So if you feel like, I'm begging for money because, I don't want to spend my own money, that's literally not what it is. I am going to price match every single penny that I make from Kickstarter and, things like that. Everything that I allocate towards Shane Martin, the Intern, I'm going to be matching that. I'm going to be doubling it. Double it, pass it to the next person, type beat. So again, like I said, I'm a broke college student, and in order to ensure scenes like this can like actually become a reality, I'm gonna need to raise some money. And at the time of this video being released, there should be around 40 to 45 days left before my Kickstarter ends. And if I don't hit my goal of $2,000, I am not going to get anything from the Kickstarter. So right now, I think I only have one donation, which was just like $1. I think like someone just found me on like the Kickstarter like explore page or something like that, and just decided to just chip in a little bit. So I only have $1. All I need is $1,099, and I'll be able to start to receive those funds. And again, like I said, I'm going to price match it. So if you ever have like $1 or $2 to spare that you can pitch in, please do. If you know someone who has like literally like $5 that they can just help fund a filmmaker's project or something like that, please send them the link. It's it's down below in the comments, in the description. I'm gonna probably be posting it all over my social medias just so it can really just get out there, because if like half the episodes that I have planned have at least like a scene or two that needs to look like this but better, it's gonna be expensive, if I'm being honest here. And it's gonna cost a pretty penny just to get those VFX done. So I could keep explaining on and on about how or why you should donate, but I feel like your time and my time would be better spent just telling you briefly on what you would be exactly helping with. Now, if random donations isn't your style, I also have a wish list on Amazon that I'm gonna try to put like a little clip from my phone on the screen here. And I made this wish list, all of the things. All you have to do, like if you have that kind of money laying around, all you have to do is just purchase it and it automatically gets sent to me. So all the things in here are going to be things that I'm going to either need for an upcoming project, upgrades to like the current things that I have, like a new lens, just so it looks more cinematic, looks better, microphones, things like that, or just cheaper alternatives to like things like that, just in case you aren't balling like that. But my immediate list of necessities, right, is number one is a microphone. On campus, I can get I can rent a microphone that I can use, and for the projects I use it on Battleworld, but most of this stuff's going to be shot over the summer. especially like, you know, my short film of the year, Murder Makes Vacation More Merry. I'm not going to be on campus. I'm going to be in Missouri, a completely different state than I am right now. So in order to do that, I'm going to need a mic, you know, so the audio quality is really good. So my immediate list of necessities, that's like at the top of it. Like just right below that is a set of lights, at least one set of lights, you know, just like fill lighting, flood lighting, stuff like that, just to kind of like balance out the scenes, you know, because like especially if you watch the beginning of the Shane Martin the Intern trailer or you know, or clip, the lighting was off because, you know, we waited a little too late to shoot, so we weren't using that much natural lighting, and we didn't have our own lighting to kind of help fill that void. So if I could get, you know, my hands on that, that would help me a ton, just to make it not only just look more professional, but make it more visible, because a lot of these things are dusk and nighttime things, because that also helps with visual effects. And you know, speaking of that, the rest of that, my immediate list of like necessities is spare money for not just, you know, to go towards like the actors and the crew, like for gas, food, things like that, but for the VFX. Like I said, I'm trying to shoot most of like the heavy action scenes at nighttime or, you know, near nighttime, because, you know, if this is a movie thing, if you didn't know this, I might ruin this for you, but if your favorite action scene takes place at nighttime in your superhero movie, they did it that because, you know, they're trying to hide the crappy VFX, or they're trying to, like, you know, make it so like the VFX guys don't have to put too much work into it because it's dark. It's dark, so the details aren't really getting picked up anyways. So yeah, that's why the Kickstarter and even things like my Patreon as well, and my Cash App and Venmo that I'll try to link, you know, down below. I don't know if the QR codes really work if they're on screen, but those things are also important, because that money will not just be going towards that gear list on Amazon, but, you know, other production expenses as well. All right, so to be honest, guys, I really hate having to sit here in front of this camera and beg, but, you know, it's not something I'm really comfortable with doing, but this is something I'm really passionate about, being a filmmaker. And, you know, I know that I just won't be able to achieve it on my own. It's going to be a team effort, you know, like making a movie is already like it involves a community, and like that should also mean with the funding as well. Like crowdfunding is a thing that I have seen work wonders for people in the past, and I just hope that that can rub off on me. But, you know, I know that, you know, all those might not have been incentive enough. It just seems like, you know, you're just handing me free money. But did I also mention my birthday is next Wednesday? You know, I don't know. I'm just trying to, you know, think of things that might help me out here. My birthday's on the 18th. You know, if literal pity or the notion of helping a young man's dream isn't enough for you to, like, you know, pitch in a couple of dollars or something like that, maybe sparing a little something as like a birthday gift would suffice for you, maybe. So all right, that's it. I'm gonna stop begging. I'm gonna keep going on. I have other things that I want to talk about in this video, but I wanted to make sure I said that first, because as audience retention goes by, because people can't pay attention for a long time nowadays, the longer into the video we get, the less people are watching. So if you're still here, thank you for listening to all of that. And now we're gonna talk about some other things, you know, and other videos that I look forward to sharing with you guys that I have planned for this year. So it seems like the algorithm has been like promoting my videos a little bit more than usual, especially, you know, more this month than they were just last month, for example. Because like I have multiple videos that are now over 100 views, and it had been a couple months since that had happened. So it looks like, you know, I should upload a little bit more. So I decided to start uploading. I'm gonna start trying to upload more consistently, let me say, for at least the first quarter of the year. I don't know, I can't make any promises for full year long things, just because school and things like that are crazy. I'm working on scripts like this one that I have for this video for the other videos I have planned, so it's easier just to like record them and just like kind of just edit them briefly and get them out there. There shouldn't be too many cuts that I have to do, because 3 of the 6-ish projects I announced during ShaneCon are coming out this year alone. And the first one's coming up here in April. It's called Battleworld. If you haven't heard of it, you know, I've talked about it briefly in this video, but like in my other videos in the past, I released a trailer for it. I'll try to like link that on the card thing. I don't know which side it's gonna be on, because sometimes this gets flipped. But, you know, there's a little card that pops up, says, you know, Battleworld trailer. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Hopefully that can get to 100 views soon. So it's coming out April 14th. It's gonna release exclusively on my Patreon, on my $1 tier. And you know, the reason I'm releasing the film that way is just, I kind of explained it during ShaneCon. It's kind of like another way, like Patreon's always been another way that I can kind of get donations. And you know, it helps with funding for future projects, you know, and I'm trying to just get a return, you know, for like the projects, like these high concept projects that I'm doing. You know, for example, the Intern, which was, you know, my first ever live action short film that I released on Patreon in 2021. Yeah, no, like November 2021. It cost about $2,000 to $3,000, you know, $2,000 to $3,000. And you know, it released over a year ago. I released it on my Patreon, and you know, including the renting venue, you know, it was around 2-3K for like the premiere event. I rented a venue for that, and so far, you know, over the year it's been since its release, it's made back around $500. So that's only about a fourth of what I spent. You know, if we're being wishful thinking, like if we're wishfully thinking here, it's only about a fourth of what I spent to get the project made. But I still think that's relatively good, you know, for someone new, you know, not well known, and someone who hasn't really like promoted the film all that well, because I don't really know how to promote. But you know, I hope by releasing more videos on like my different social platforms, that can help get a little bit more traction up. And maybe, who knows, one day I can get this whole marketing thing down. So again, you know, moving forward up to until around April, I'm going to try to release some videos, and then when Battleworld comes out, it's going to die down a little bit. But until then, I'm going to try to get one out at least once a week if I can. The next video is going to be coming out this Wednesday on my birthday, which I will be talking a lot more about Shane Martin the Intern, like the plot, the story, things like that, to kind of let you guys know, or give you guys a little bit more of enthusiasm of why you should support the Kickstarter that ends at the end of February. So, you know, again, if I don't get my, you know, $2,000, I don't get anything. And I have like about 40 days left, like I mentioned. So it stops, I think, the last day of February, the 28th. And after that, we'll see. You know, only time will tell. But yeah, that's really all I basically had to say. I think I'm running out of key points to hit. So that's all I had to say in this video. I hope I didn't, you know, bore you guys too much, drag this on a little too much. I tried to make it as short as I could, but still, you know, have it, you know, have all the information I wanted to say. So make sure you comment cucumber if you made it to this point in the video, just so I know that you watched it. Trying to get that audience retention up so that people can enjoy my videos, get those watch hours up. So when I do one day hit 1,000 subscribers, I know you guys are watching my videos. But yeah, that's really all I had to say, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.